Madden NFL 22 Next Gen PS5 gameplay. Tennessee Titans versus the Cardinals. Man, we going in real hard right now. Very frustrated that last screen, man. I ain't like it. The same team, same settings. No, a different gameplay, a better gameplay on all Madden difficulty level. They cheated with the Cardinals last game. This time we going all out, no mercy for any team that we face in this NFL new season. With the Tennessee Titans, man, I'm going straight beast mode. I don't care who team it is, who's behind center, you know, who's on the defensive side, offensive side, whatever team I face, I'm going to straight demolish, man. Beast mode time. I got real frustrated, man. I wanted to restart this stream and give it a try again. So I'm sorry, man. If you guys watching this, please show your support. Please drop a like, comment, share. Please drop a like to support this video, man. You know, playing with the Tennessee Titans, one of my first favorite teams. I hope they do well this season. But we're about to get into this game. I'm not really going to do too much commentary. I'm just going to let the game speak for itself. And I'm just really finna just, you know, go straight beast mode and destroy the Cardinals. So let's go.
Ever by 3 full points. Can these
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Nashville. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. A first down for Connor and then some. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down is Murray. And that's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
They'll look to run with Connor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And Murray's going to keep this. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Cardinals are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
From the 27, Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So that one will be accepted. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. That's taken in by Ferkser. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Murray. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
There we go.
So we've reached halftime here. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Pushes past him, fights off the defender, and he's out of bounds just
they trying to make it like, man, Madden, they must have had it to improve their defense. On the new update, they must worked on it because they making it very difficult. I mean, it's very hard, man. But you just gotta know what you're doing. You gotta fight for every yard. You're not playing all Madden this year.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the running back, Derrick Henry, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Tannehill with a throw caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Now Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Tannehill now to throw. Caught on the slant. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jared Pinkney there to make the grab. And the Titans have taken the lead.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 14-10, 2:05 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Tannehill going to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Tannehill now to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. Now it's Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Murray now. And the catch made by Hopkins.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Titans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota.
Wow, wait a minute, man. They just lost that game, man. Man, something wrong with EA, man. Something wrong with Madden. This game is trash. It's messed up. Too many bugs, too many glitches. I just won that game, man. And I won it by a bunch. Now they giving me a loss. Come on, man. They need to fix the game, man. They need to fix this game. Or they just need to quit making NFL football games, because that's messed up, man. I just won that game. I count that as a win. I really do.
For week 2 in the NFL, Seattle kicks off their 20th home opener at Lumen Field. It's the Titans on the road against the Seahawks. Next on EA Sports.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. Let's go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Get ready, get ready.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now a throw here, hauled in. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. Tannehill. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Tannehill. That's taken in by Ferkser. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants in the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. To throw is Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To throw again is Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 9 yards that time.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they get on the board, trailing now 8-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give to Henry. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And when you see a screen pass as a defender, you see the ball floating in the air like that, you have to think to yourself, that can buy a little extra time if I bust my tail to get over there. If I avoid those blockers, I can go make the play behind the line of scrimmage, as he just did there.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Dancing to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This is DJ Reed returning. Well, now how about this return? And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because
it gets by him, and now a little daylight. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown.
I mean, wow, what can I say? Tennessee Titans O-line just knocking down the defensive line. They were just pushing them over. Good Good run by Carson.
The latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It was Alton Robinson that time on the tackle. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 29, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. But Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. He hits more. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Tannehill now to throw. Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Tannehill going to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Oh, come on, man. I did not see him. Did not see Witherspoon. Oh, wow. He was playing. Either he play recognizing. Wow. Man, this dude left the receiver. How did he read that play all the way? I can't even rewind it all the way back. It's all good, man. Still got like 1 minute and 42 seconds. They up by 1.
You're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Now Tannehill. Forced out. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Throwing Tannehill. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Tannehill to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Tannehill. Steps away to his left. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
He's going deep for Brown, and this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. Now it's Tannehill. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Oh, you got to do better than that.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here's Reed. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
We're going to work.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Tennessee, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at
Welcome to week. This is how you access the new player health. For week 3 in the NFL, the Titans get their first chance to defend the AFC South title, but the Colts look to challenge the throne. Find out what happens next on EA Sports.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
3 yards the gain there, second down. This is Henry. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 34. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Tannehill. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Tannehill on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Anthony Frisker, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see them take a shot downfield.
And this will be caught by Brown. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown! Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And here's Tucker McCann now for the PAT.
And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Tennessee score. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time. And the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Throwing on first is Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Wentz. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a third down. Again, it's Wentz. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march, creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here. Maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans have taken the lead.
Now that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Throwing now is Wentz. And Pascal's got it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Wentz now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now Wentz again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Here's Rodgers to return. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
7 yards to pick up there. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown Colts. Paris Campbell, 39 yards. And the Colts have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big gain.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Henry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Back now in Nashville. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Tannehill to throw. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
In your face.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. McCann for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. So now Wentz and the Colts offense. Down 21-14. A minute 14 to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Completes it to Hilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. This is caught by Hilton. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Wentz. Dancing to his left. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Wentz to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing Tannehill. He's got Ferkser. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Able to find Mack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Throwing is Wentz. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. There he goes inside the 30. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man.
Coming up, it's week 4 in the NFL as the Jets are set to clash with the Titans. New York is 7-4 since the Titans moved to Tennessee, and they'll go for number 8 on EA Sports.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
Targets and finds Reynolds once more. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Tannehill. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Flush to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. That touchdown certainly a welcome sight. Remember, they were shut out last week. They talked to us about getting early momentum. Well, here you go in the opening quarter.
Got to rebuild confidence, because when you get shut out, I don't care how strong you are mentally, you've got to take a step back and say, okay, what just happened here? Because nothing that we were doing worked well enough to get into the end zone, and that's a nice confidence-building drive, one that puts it in the end zone to give them an opportunity.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Rashaan Evans there to put a nice hit on it. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. 6-0 our score after 1. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be taken at the 10. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A minute 50 to go here in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Tannehill. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing again is Tannehill. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Anthony Frisker, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now it's Henry. Stopped short, down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Tannehill. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They snap it to Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jared Pinkney as the first half is winding down. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The return man, Ty Johnson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. He'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. It's Wilson.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Now here's Johnson. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. Set. 10 Tucson. Mike 54. Push him back. Push him back. Ready, go.
Carter with it. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Set, go. Track, flat.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, Wilson. And Brate, the tight end's got it. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
All day, baby. That's all day.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And Tucker McCann now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New York ready to go again offensively. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Man open, here is Crowder. Touchdown Jets. Jamison Crowder. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the Titans are going to come up with it. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Give me the ball.
Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Returning it, Johnson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson underneath. He's got Brate. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. On second down now, it's Carter. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Titans, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they also will exit the
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Titans and the Jags, and it's coming up next.
And he returns this to the 22.
Get ready, get ready.
Out come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back to throw, Tannehill. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Tannehill now to throw. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Again, Tannehill. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you start on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Tannehill going to throw for it. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they get in for the opening drive score, and they go for two. They kept the kicker lonesome over there. They said, we don't need you this time.
Kickers? Who needs kickers for PATs?
Be nice now.
We want them for field
There you
goals,
go.
not for PATs. They went for two and got it. It's a new tone setter for this team.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. For the first time, the Jacksonville Jaguars set to go here on offense, led out by the new face of the franchise, the #1 overall pick, of course, from this year's draft. It's Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for it.
Marvin Jones, the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. A tight one, 8-7 our score after one on EA Sports. A first down carry for Henry. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. So our two teams, the Jags and the Titans, CD, they've formed a pretty good rivalry here in the AFC South. It's been the Titans who have arguably, though, been the best team in the division of late. But these Jags, they have certainly made some big changes since these two teams last met.
And those changes you're talking about, brand new front office, brand new head coach, young quarterback, I think for sure they're on the right track. And to me, this division has a chance of being one of the more competitive ones over the next few years. There's no team right now that you would say is going to dominate in the foreseeable future.
On first down, Henry. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Tannehill. And this is caught. It's Brown. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
Now Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield too.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Lawrence. Shark's got it left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He's got the first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Lawrence will throw. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Looking deep for Julio. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man right side is Shark. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. And they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Let's go. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Final minute now of the third quarter. They go play action with Lawrence. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Steps away to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Firkser, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Tannehill to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown! And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late 4th quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Tennessee, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss will move them back to
For the second year in a row, the Bills face the Titans on prime time. Can Tennessee take down the AFC East champs? We'll find out next on Monday night.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played with
set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback Josh Allen.
coming off of a loss their last time out. I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Tannehill. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Allen going to throw. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Allen with a throw caught by Diggs. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2nd and 2. Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll look to run with Singletary. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Allen to throw it. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Nice play, man.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Now Allen going to back away and call a timeout as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll look to run with Moss. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Moss again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Zach Moss, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. That's taken in by Ferkser. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. The 20. 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A gain of 32 that time. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone.
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Allen. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And he's brought down. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. A final shot before half for Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Tannehill. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Allen now on first down. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Now Allen. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The kick by Bass is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Back now in Nashville. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Singletary will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Let's go.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And this one is incomplete. Anthony Frisker, the intended target. And it's third down. Now it's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. It got his man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go right back to Singletary. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town at second. And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
On second down, it's Moss, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Zach Moss, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Buffalo defense, they get ready as they trot back on the field. They've played a great game. I guess the only thing they would really have hoped for other than this outcome would have been a shutout, but they've got a lot to hang their hat on.
They really do, and you don't get that very often anyway. A shutout is really elusive. So they'll take this one, just a dominant performance where they were doing the dictating. Think about the guys on offense, though. What a frustrating day. They're going to have to do some regrouping.
Tell you what, though, you pitched a shutout up here in the booth, partner.
I appreciate that very much.
A-plus game.
1 pitch and sat down.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't
the Chiefs last played the Titans, KC advanced to Super Bowl 54. As we kick off Week 7, Tennessee finally gets their chance at revenge, and it's headed your way next.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Check out.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Tannehill. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Tannehill to his top target, Brown, for a Tennessee first. We're scoreless after 1. Tannehill on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And this is caught. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Rashad Fenton right there on the coverage. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. On first down, Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down. back at his own 6-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Anthony Frisker, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And able to get this out to the 25.
All day, baby. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And down inside the 15 he goes. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. He's got it. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Edwards-Helaire. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
Again, Edwards-Helaire. Stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire with touchdown number 7 on the year. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
So now Tannehill and the Titans down 7-0, a minute 56 to go. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Here's Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans though holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
Callaway, the return man. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen?
Coming up, it's a Titans and Colts rematch, with Tennessee getting the win back in Week 3. Indy looks to split the series for the 3rd straight year as we get ready for an AFC South slugfest. Next.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They'll get 34 yards there. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career. So that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann? It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit them with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Wentz now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 58, right over there.
A first down carry for Henry. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. Because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Tannehill going to throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Throwing on first is Wentz. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Wentz to throw again. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it's going to be 2nd down. Wentz. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Buying time to his left. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
82.
Third quarter starts with a run by Mack. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down. They find some open field here. Fighting his way through contact. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Sheds off the tackle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Darius Leonard, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Tannehill. That's taken in by Ferkser. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 6. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
This is where playing defense can be so frustrating. You have everything covered, yet he's able to pull it down and get past the marker to pick up the 1st down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now it's Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Here's Rodgers to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Now left side on the swing pass, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing is Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds.
Let's go.
And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop.
Throwing now, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Now Wentz. Catch made here by Campbell. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd.
Pass complete to Hines.
Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz.
Pass complete to Alec Cox.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And he will be out of bounds here, but that will take precious seconds off the clock on a play that will wind up going for no gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Campbell making the catch. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Titans, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Indy,
Coming up, a matchup made famous in Super Bowl 34. The Rams may have won that one, but it would be no stretch to see the Titans win this one. Next on Sunday Night Primetime.
A lot has changed since these two met in Super Bowl 34, and off we go between the Rams and Titans. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Stafford on first down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Stafford. Quick slant here to Woods. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Here we go. That's 20.
From his goal line here, Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Let's do this.
And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down. Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Man open, here is Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now it's Henry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so,
and it's a Titans touchdown. Josh Reynolds his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Jackson now to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st down at Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. Gay's kick is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo blitz coming, and down he goes. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Henry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st down, Tannehill. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. Touchdown!
Let's do this!
Josh Reynolds. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tannehill going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Jackson now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go!
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Let's go, D, let's go!
Stafford. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Let's bring it.
Now Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, they scared. They scared.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Able to get there and pick it.
Come on now.
And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing now, Tannehill. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Anthony Frisker, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Here's Tannehill. That's taken in by Ferkser. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Tannehill throwing again.